So I'm here with the story time about how I got pregnant, when I got pregnant, and me dealing with my pregnancy. I got pregnant in September. I was pregnant for, I believe, 8 months exactly, and I had my daughter in April 30th to be exact. I went through easy labor. It was actually really easy. The only thing that was messing me up was the cramps. They had me like, my stomach. That's my stomach doing that. Like, I was on bed rest prior to having her. Like, just sitting in the hospital, it was so depressing. Like, oh my God, I couldn't even leave off the 6th floor. Like, all I could do was walk on the 6th floor, but I couldn't leave the 6th floor because I guess, like, you have crazy ass people who will kidnap you, cut your stomach open, take your baby, and leave you to die. Like, there's really people on earth that do that. So, like, I was stuck on there. Like, I went outside probably one time for the month. I found out I was pregnant. I was with my friend Melissa. I went to CVS and, like, I bought the test in CVS. I went and to say this was the stick. We in the bathroom, right? So I peed on it, like, I peed on it. I looked at it. I'm like, I don't think I'm reading this right. So I took it out the bathroom and I showed Melissa. She screamed. She said, "Oh!" I said, "Oh!" And then we like, "Oh shit!" Like, bitch, you're pregnant. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I didn't cry though. I was just like, damn. Like, oh, this is real. Like, but I was like, is this a joke? Am I being pranked? Or y'all gonna run out or what? Like, but what influenced me to take the test is that my baby daddy, which was just this boy I was, just at the time, he like texted me like a week before I took the test, like, "Are you pregnant?" I'm like, "What? I don't think I'm reading. What? You said what? Am I pregnant? No. So that made me take the test because I'm like, okay, that's kind of fishy. Like, you just don't text people about the blue accident. Are they pregnant? So I took the test, and after I took the test, I'm just like, damn, did this nigga set me up? Like, is this real life? Like, I promise you, I was sleeping so much, eating so much. Like, I was sleeping so much, I couldn't even stay awake in school. Like, I would sleep 12 hours throughout the night, wake up, go to school, and still be tired. Like, sis, that should have clicked. Like, it should have been a light bulb, but it wasn't. So after all of that happened, we ended up going to the hospital. Like, they confirmed that I started crying at the hospital because, like, this is real. Like, I'm hoping that the test was, that it just malfunctioned. But at the hospital, I just, like, how am I going to tell my mom? So I ended up telling my mom, like, after we left the hospital. Well, I didn't tell my mom. He called my mom, and he's like, yeah, Miss Christina, your daughter's pregnant. She thinking it's a joke. I'm like, damn. She's talking about she wants to talk to us. So we ended up talking to her. We ended up pulling up to my house, and we're like, yo, this is what it is. She's like, I'm not mad. It's a blessing and a curse, but it's time for y'all to grow up, and blah, 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 blah. And we just, like, very judgmental. They talk a lot of shit. So my mom was like, hide the papers and don't tell anybody. So, I hid my pregnancy for, like, a cool minute from my family. Other people know, but, like, I really didn't tell anybody. So in like November or October, something like that, in November, I told my grandmother, and I'm like, I'm pregnant. I would appreciate it if you don't tell my dad. I'll tell him myself. And my grandma, she kept that secret. Like, I love sis so much, I owe her. So, like, it went through another month, nobody else knew. Then I told my dad on Christmas Day, I'm like, hey, I'm pregnant. He's like, all right, we're gonna get through this. I thank God that he was supportive, my grandma was supportive, and my mom was supportive. I thank God for that, because honestly, if any one of them would have talked shit, sis, I would have told them knuckle up, like, but no. But so I told him, he still spoke, like, everything was the same Christmas dinner. Like, nothing changed. Everybody was still acting the same, but none of the literal pregnancy. It was a complicated pregnancy because everything was up and good until 20 weeks. So me and him went to the doctor's appointment. My mom is there. We're trying to figure out what the gender is. So they're looking. Oh, it's a girl. Yay. But she has 2 cysts in her brain. So we're just gonna, I don't know if it was her brain or head. Either way it was up here. They're like, she has 2 cysts. She could have Down syndrome, So I'm crying. I cried so hard when I got home. I'm just like, wow. He was sad, I was sad, my mom was sad, but luckily she was fine. She was just normal. I took a blood test, and they said that it was gone. So from that point on, I was like, it's time to get this show. After that little episode, I was happy pregnant, I'm healthy. So like I think like probably like at 30 weeks, I ended up going to the hospital because I was so dehydrated. Like, I guess they could see it in my pee that I was so dehydrated. So they ended up keeping me in the hospital that day. They hooked me up to IVs. Well, actually, no. First, they took me to the back and they was making me drink stuff, this, and that. So then they hooked me up to the monitor, like, to check my heartbeat. Well, they just wanted to keep it steady, like, make sure I was fine before I left the hospital. So while I'm there, my blood pressure drops. Like, it drops. Like, sis, I damn near died. They started hooking me up to IVs. Like, you know, I can't really see. Like, I'm blacking out and stuff. All I can hear is them rushing around the room, hooking me up to the IVs. So then, like, I come back to life, and, like, I'm just, like, you know, it's a fat-ass needle in my arm, and doctors in my face. Like, they, like, I'm like, y'all, what's going on? Like, so what just happened? Like, I blacked out. What just happened? Like, what's going on? They're like, you know, basically, you're going to stay here until you have this baby. So I'm in the hospital every day, all of that or whatever. So I'm finally here. Like, you know, they telling me today's the day you're going to have this baby. So I took the pill that's supposed to induce your labor. Sis, I started like, oh my God, my stomach. Oh my God, I started having contractions. It was so freaking painful because I've never had cramps on my period. So I never experienced anything like that or close to that. So I'm in the hospital like, is this real? Like, this is what this does. So then I ended up getting an epidural, and like after that, my pregnancy went by so quick. I actually fell asleep and woke up, and I'm like, oh, I got to poop. Like, and they ignore me or whatever. I'm like, I have to poop. And then the doctor looked. I'm like, I actually had to tell her. I'm like, I think the baby head is right here. She's like, no, there's no way. I'm like, can you just look? Then she looked. She's like, oh, the baby's head is right there. Oh, so they went to go get a doctor. So I ended up getting a Foley bulb, and that's where they like try to open your cervix. So I have my legs open. They put this thing in there, and like it's like a balloon, and they pump air into the balloon, right? So they're pumping air into the balloon. The balloon is inside me, getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they pull it. And then so much blood came out. I was bleeding everywhere. Like, it was so nasty. Like, I was bleeding everywhere. But back to, I had to throw that in there because, sis, if they tell you you're getting a Foley bulb, tell them screw you. So, anyways, it's time for me to push. They're like, oh, wait, the doctor's not here. Can you wait till the person in 316 pushes? I'm like, what? No, like, come on, bro. Like, the baby's head is right here. So I'm pushing and pushing. I push like 2-3 times. I'm like, is her head out yet? They're like, yeah, one more push. I'm like, oh, okay. This was pretty easy. So I push one more time. She's out. Like, my stomach instantly flattened down. I was like, dang, I didn't even feel her. I didn't feel a thing, literally. And then they stitched me up afterwards. I didn't even feel the stitches. Like, 2-3 hours later, I was up walking to my next room. Like, you know, like, it was like the pregnancy would have to be the hardest part, but actually having labor and pushing her out, it was not that hard. Like, I could honestly do it again, but I'm not doing it again for like another 10 years. So, but like, it really wasn't that hard. Like, I didn't feel anything. Like, you know, some people, and they was like, do you want to go natural? No, come on, bring the epidural. Come on. I'm going to hold somebody's hand and you're going to stick it in my back because I'm not doing that. But overall, like, my pregnancy experience, I loved it. Like, I would totally do it again. Not now, but in the future. Like, I loved being pregnant. And sometimes I miss it. Like, I miss just rubbing on my belly and feeling my baby kick and play sports in my stomach because sis moved so much. It was ridiculous. Like, I swear she used to take her elbows and just like 5-pound and 3-ounce baby girl. She ended up staying in the hospital a week, and I went home, but like I went to go see her every day. Oh my God, I just fell in love with her. Like, I could not stop taking pictures of her. Like, that was my baby. She was beautiful. I was like, like, I'll be about how I got pregnant and how I dealt with it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.